So I had just one question that my parents, like 10 plus years ago, they didn't know the ruling that you cannot leave Umrah just like in between after Tawaf, even if you have it like you're tired or whatever. And they used to live in Jeddah, so they did this mistake twice. They were left after Tawaf, but they asked to like an authentic scholar after they found out this ruling back then, and what he advised was to go and complete the sa'i. So they went and they did two sa'i like back to back, and just maybe cut their hair. Now they don't even remember that exactly, but at that time they didn't think much of it. Now they're wondering that should they have done one sa'i and then came back, one sa'i and came back, like is that valid? Or
Toba. There are a lot of informations in your question. So you need to be specific and say, were they performing Umrah? Or were they just doing Tawaf as voluntary Tawaf? Were they in a state of Ihram and they just came from Jeddah, they did the Tawaf and they left? Is this the case?
They went with the intention of Umrah, but they were tired or whatever, something happened, and they did the Tawaf and came back. They did not know you have to complete it.
No, I don't accept that. Trust me. I don't accept that somebody knows the Umrah consists of Ihram, Tawaf and Sa'i, so they did the Tawaf and they were tired, so they decided to call it off. Is this the case? If this is the case, there is a big penalty. You know, there is a great expiation. Because once you assume the intention of Ihram for Umrah or Hajj, you cannot just undo the Ihram or call it off, okay, whenever you like. You have to resume it, you have to finish it, and then you do tahallul. And if you do tahallul or shave before that, that requires fidya. And you still have to put the Ihram on again and go and finish the sa'i. Okay? And with my due respect, no grown-up Muslim should say, oh, I didn't know that Maghrib is only 3 rak'ahs. I used to pray it 4 rak'ahs. Or I didn't know that Fajr, because these are essential informations, basic informations. No one can pray and say, I didn't know that I have to have wudu before I pray. No one should do Tawaf and Sa'i and they say, I didn't know how to do Umrah. It's not chemistry. When you live in Jeddah and you're going for Umrah, either somebody's rubbing you off or you take a cab. How much is it? How long would it take? And you're going back and forth. So you ask about everything and you forgot to ask about what is Umrah? That's not acceptable. I doubt that they didn't know. So in case that they knew Umrah requires Tawaf and Sa'i and they did not finish their Umrah and they just did Tawaf and they returned home, so I would assume that means they changed their clothes, they cut their hair, if they did. So each one of that would require fidya. Okay? So you need to call maybe privately and mention all the details and how many times they have done it. Each Umrah will be dealt with separate. I cannot imagine that somebody will do this so many times. So why don't you just say, I'm going to Mecca to do Tawaf anyway, because it's 45 minutes to an hour from Jeddah. You know, I have time to go and do Tawaf, pray Maghrib and Isha, attend Fajr and come back. But if you say, Labbayka Umrah, you must do Tamam. You must complete it until the end. And if you choose not to do it, there will be a kafara or a fidya.